I don't know. So 2004, 2005-ish, not sure, IS300, really cool guy, 5-speed manual, factory LSD, 100,000 mile service, timing belt, cam seals, crank seal, water pump, thermostat, coolant flush, valve cover gaskets, name it, I'm doing it. Basically the entire front of the engine and the valve cover gaskets. Right now, got the coolant draining, waiting for that to drain so I could take out the radiator with the fans. Gotta remove the little Mickey Mouse intake we got going on here. I'm gonna talk to him later about that, because you guys know how I feel about those fucking metal pipes. As you guys know, white pipe, flip it up, get to the spark plugs and valve cover gaskets, strip the entire front of the engine down, drain the oil, yada yada yada, you guys know. And yeah, I don't know, you guys say what you want. Anyways, let's get started. I already removed the brackets for the radiator down below, I mean up top. Gonna do the hose up here. Won't do the lower until it's finished draining so I don't make a fucking mess. Intake, yeah, I just gotta figure out the best way to do this, because he's got that hose on there pretty fucking tight, and I don't know how he did that, but yeah, I'm gonna see if he wants an OEM intake if he doesn't have one, because those things are fucking junk. Anyway. Well, it's crank pulley time. If you guys went back and saw the video on my SC when I was taking off my crank pulley after it malfunctioned or fucking fell apart, kind of fucked myself, and that really pissed me off. If you haven't seen it, go back in my channel a few months and you're gonna see a video labeled, I think, a bad day for my IS300, and it's on a tow truck. Go check that out and leave a comment below laughing or call me a fucking idiot. But I learned from my mistakes. Luckily that was my car. I'm dealing with a customer's car now. I learned some lessons, got some new tricks up my sleeve. So IS300, my 1/2-inch impact doesn't fit in between the crank and the AC condenser. So that's gonna leave me with option A. Have a breaker bar planted against the ground. That's also the handle from my Harbor Freight jack, right there. And nice piece of plywood there, protecting the AC condenser. So this time I won't put a fucking hole in it. So right now I'm gonna jump inside, bump the key, see what happens. I don't know about you guys, but it sounded to me like it worked. Let me get a ratchet. Hey, what do you know? It fucking worked. Timing belt is off. Not looking too bad. Wanted to check on you guys. It is currently 6:30. I'm not really rushing through this, kind of just taking my time, making sure I do everything right. Also, this engine is extremely fucking greasy and dirty, so I'm trying to minimize. Yo.
A few moments later.
Later. Sorry about that. Where the fuck was I? Oh, belt is off, blah blah blah, engine's dirty. Kind of like breezing through it, but also, you know, taking my time, making sure I don't fuck anything up or forget anything. Which leads me to this point. This little motherfucker has caused me such a fucking headache in the past because I forgot all about it, and it's easy to forget about, especially if you do this a bunch of times. On the 2JZ, there's this little tab right there that's held on with a 10mm bolt, and usually it's all covered up with grease, oil, and grime and all kinds of shit and dirt. If you forget to take that off and you continue to remove that timing belt gear, you will break a tooth off of that gear. And by teeth, I mean those timing teeth right there on the back that stick out. As you slide that gear off of the crankshaft, that tab is there to fuck you over. It's gonna break some teeth off. You're not gonna fucking know it. And by the time you get the whole car back together, it's not going to start. This happened to me on my buddy's IS300 that I did the same exact service to. And man, did that really fuck me over. I had no idea what was going on. We had the car 100% put back together, full of coolant, oil, etc. Went to go hit the key, nothing. I'm thinking it's coil packs, I'm thinking it's the wiring for the ignition. I knew it wasn't fuel because I could smell fuel in the exhaust, raw fuel. But I knew it was an ignition problem, which it was an ignition problem because if the crankshaft sensor isn't picking up a signal off of that timing gear, you are not going to get ignition at the pullbacks, and it's going to fuck you over. So what I had to do is strip everything all the way back down to check my timing, and when I did that, I noticed there's a fucking tooth broken off the gear. Luckily, I didn't have to buy a new one. My pops, who has been working on 7Ms and 2Js since I was a little kid, knew exactly what to do. I brought him the gear. He goes, "You forgot the fucking tab, didn't you?" I go, "Yes." He laughed, fired up the fucking Miller, welded a brand new tooth on it, used a file to put it into shape, and I threw it back on the car, fired right back up. It was a pretty cool fucking moment. But anyways, I don't know what its purpose is, to be honest with you. But everybody that I know always takes them off and throws them away. Little fun fact, the one off of my buddy's GS300, Alex, I kept his and I put it on my fucking keychain as a little memento. So you can put it back on if you want. I don't know the purpose of it. Everybody that I've asked doesn't know the purpose of it. I've tried Googling it and I found like some kind of ridiculous answers that are like all over the place, so I don't trust those. So take it off, put it back on. The choice is yours. Just letting you right now so this problem doesn't fuck you over like it fucks me over. There's your 10. And you gotta kind of pry it off because it's pressed into like a little hole. There it is. This little cunt. The old fucking tooth breaker. So I'm just gonna set this right here. Nice tabletop full of goodies. This is exactly what I like to see. OEM, Toyota parts, valve cover gaskets, timing belt, crank seal, camshaft seals, O-rings for the water pump, thermostat, spark plugs. Would have rather see a Toyota oil filter, but Mobile One's not bad. Timing belt tensioner. This came from Drift Motion, the rebuild kit for the VVTi cam gear. PCV valve, and I don't know why he brought me a drain plug, but whatever, brought a gasket, so fuck it. Next step, pull off the timing gear, remove the camshaft gears, then I will check in on you when I'm ready to rebuild this bad boy so you can see how it's done. This will be like my 3rd or 4th time doing this, so it should be a breeze. All right, 7:30, just breezing on through. Got the white pipe laid back, cam gears, timing belt gear on the bottom there, taken off. Not for like the fucking gay part, is these goddamn coil pack plugs. Again, I gotta try to pull these off without them fucking like disintegrating. I gotta be able to reuse these and just plug them back in when I'm done. So, with that said, let's see what happens. Fuck, that one's already fucked. Alright. That one still got the little white plastic part in it. And let's try number 1. Okay, yeah, that's missing the little white part, and so is the number 2 coil pack, or the second one. So, let's go ahead and unbolt these bad boys, take them out, pull the spark plugs, and get these valve covers off. My back is killing me, so I might end the video there, but I don't know. Let's see what happens. Let me get these covers off. I will check back in on you guys. Alright, so my back is fucking killing me. I'm not 18-year-olds anymore, so can't fucking just sit here and do this shit all night. I'm tired. Back's killing me, so this is where I'm at. Valve covers are off. The whole front of the engine stripped down. Tomorrow, I clean it up a little bit. Change out the 3 seals in the front, valve cover gaskets, and do everything from there. So I'll wake up early in the morning, take care of that. I need to go home, pop some fucking ibuprofen. So that's gonna be part 1 of this video. I'm gonna end it now. I gotta clean up those valve covers. That's the old water pump, all that shit. This shit I gotta clean up. So, fuck. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Hit that like button and stay tuned for part 2 of this video. Peace.